Alright, part 3. Coming at you. So, Brock Turner's defense lawyers are like, oh, he's not an experienced drinker. He's not an experienced party goer. Oh, go easy on the boy. Show mercy. Aaron Persky. But there is some pretty compelling evidence to show that they lied their asses off. So, I'm going to read you some things that Brock said. He said, I had never really experienced celebrating or partying that involved alcohol. These are false. This is a false allegation. He did, in fact, experience things like this. And he also said, living more than 2,000 miles from home, I looked to the guys on my swim team as family and tried to replicate their values and how they approach college life. If binge drinking and doing drugs are how they replicated college, or how you were trying to replicate college life, that's a bit of a fallacy because they told you to scale back on the drinking and partying, and you didn't listen. So we're just going to go in chronological order of Brock Turner's transgressions with alcohol and drugs, okay? So on June 3rd, I think this was 2014, I believe, Caroline Turner, Brock Turner's sister, texted him and said, did you rage last night? Brock comes back saying, yeah, kind of. It was hard to find a place to drink, but when we finally did, we could only drink for like an hour and a half. You had to find a place to drink. You couldn't drink in your home or at a bar. Were you drinking underage? On July 25th, 2014, Brock Turner texts a friend and says, dude, I did acid with, I'm not going to tell you her name. We don't need harassment charges coming. But he said, dude, I did acid with blank last week. His friend then goes on to boast about candy flipping, which I mentioned in my last video, where Brock replies, I gotta fucking try that. I heard it's awesome. So in September of 2014, he leaves for Stanford University. In November 15th of 2014, Brock was caught drinking underage with his swim buddies. And a detained swim buddy who got caught called Turner and told him to come back after he ran and talk with the police. Well, Brock received a ticket for being a minor in possession of alcohol, and he also had a fake ID on him. On December 18th of 2014, Brock texted to his friend, do you think I could buy some wax so we could do some dabs? And wax, as I mentioned, is very powerful. So he was into some heavy stuff. December 24th of 2014, Brock had a friend text him, and his friend said, I've got a hankering for a good acid trip when we get back. And Brock replied, I'm down for sure. Then December 27th of 2014, a video of Brock is found where he's smoking out of a bong and then drinking out of a liquor bottle right after smoking from the bong. And then there are ones where I couldn't apply basically exact dates, but there are photos of Turner smoking a pipe. I don't know what's in the pipe. I can't find any articles that tells me what's in the pipe. I'm just going to assume it's something drug paraphernalia related. He also has texts on his phone about smoking, sharing, and buying marijuana. And there are also texts of him and friends trying to find a hookup on campus to buy acid. Stanford campus to buy acid. So as you can see, he is not inexperienced like he said he was. He knows about drugs. He knows how to use a bong, a pipe, acid. So I'd also like to point out where he claimed that he tried to replicate his swim buddy's actions, but he says the swim team set no limits on partying or drinking. This is actually false. Upperclassmen on the team told him to scale back on the partying, and he just didn't listen. So what that tells me is not only did Brock continue to drink underage, he also continued to do drugs, party, and plan to use peer pressure to defend himself. Now, I understand peer pressure is a thing, but I don't think Brock was trying to replicate a swim buddy raping or sexually assaulting someone. I just don't think that's a real thing. I think it was personally his own choices that led to that and his own actions. Maybe he saw his swim buddies getting with girls, girls getting laid, the upperclassmen getting all the girls, all the pussy, I don't know. But it just strikes me as odd that he's like, oh, well, I was just trying to replicate their actions. I just don't think it holds any water. If you can maybe explain to me better, I'd love to hear your input. You can shoot me a message here, rate it in a comment. I'd love to hear it. So, we're going to move on to part 4 next, which is we're going to look at some of Brock Turner's transgressions that I think probably that like weren't exposed in court that probably helped him get the light sentence that he did. So I will see you all in part 4. Bye-bye.